give it to Kai and
Tyler.
what?
Kai and Sharks.
Yes, but I guess since they came from winners finals, I didn't really get to see that match.
Lucas was doing work.
I kind of figured that was kind of the X factor because on paper Fox should struggle in that matchup really hard.
Yeah, Lucas actually won 2v1s versus them by himself, and he was playing extremely well. And he was definitely the reason why they had won the winners finals set.
Okay, that makes sense.
But Taheem is also extremely consistent today.
He's been playing
he hasn't
really well.
necessarily been the shining star of the Lucas Taheem team, but he's done such a good job at maintaining the status quo of like what he does well.
Yeah, when I was playing
constantly support Lucas.
When I was playing him earlier today, he felt like he was really solid and felt like in the zone.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here and watch this with you.
Yeah, it's gonna. You're gonna commentate it with.
Yes.
Yeah. As soon as Sandketh somebody's playing. Somebody's playing. Oh, Kai has to play losers. Has to play Smash 4.
Oh, okay. Are you entering Smash 4 today? No.
I haven't played since last Sunday.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I have my own controller today.
He plays
for
Zero
once.
Suit as well.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a Wii U yet, so I haven't got a chance to really mess around with it too much.
I don't own a Wii U either, but I might come out to more of these events and just play.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fun game. It's a fun game to play. I'm just trying to concentrate on team today because, like I said, today's gonna be one of the first days where I'm playing all Donkey Kong. So.
I gotcha.
Or I'm gonna try to play all Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I'll definitely
switch in certain matchups.
I definitely would have to think more about the questions that you asked me just a minute ago, from a singles perspective. Because in teams, I feel like she's got a lot of things going for her, especially with the new changes that make her a really good teams character.
And there's a lot of characters like that in the game that are definitely a lot better off in a teams environment than they are in singles.
Definitely. I'm a self-admitted like teams.
Teams fanatic. Teams for life.
Teams for life.
Teams for life.
I was so happy that there were teams here. Like enough teams came in to sign up for that.
People try to like say the teams is dead.
They just don't understand it.
Teams is amazing.
Teams is the best.
Teams is everything that's good about Smash times 2. Because
it might even be squared.
Well, yeah, maybe even squared. Yeah, who knows? But it's one of those things where it's like when a read happens. Or when like a great combo happens, there were like 4 people involved.
Yeah, you don't have to just be on point, but you have to be working well with your partner.
You have to be reading them and reading yourself.
It's a whole different game.
It's a lot of trust. Like it's
definitely
deep.
My favorite. I mean, even since I started taking singles more seriously a couple of years ago, teams still have a special place in my heart. And I will play teams any day of the week.
Yeah, teams is amazing.
Trying to see who's here in the chat today. Oh my God! And I can't see it because the stream HUD is in the way. But I hope you guys are enjoying this today. And we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of good matches planned for later today. I've seen a couple of the singles only competition roll in the door, and I'm really excited for what's going to happen later on.
Me too. I'm really excited to see Sandketh. We'll see how Smash 4 and PM both kind of turn out with Stingers not being here. Stingers usually such a huge part of this tournament.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Is like right in his backyard.
This is kind of a free-for-all. Since with his historic dominance in both the PM and Smash 4
obviously Sushi is the favorite to win today for Smash 4 in singles. He didn't do quite so well in doubles, but in singles he's had an incredible showing. He didn't drop a single set last week, so I mean I think he's the favorite. But without Stingers being here, who knows what could happen with the other top 5?
Right.
Or who could even
it's a grab bag.
And with Stingers not being here, that's an opportunity for someone else to show what they can do against Sushi Man and maybe dethrone the champion. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I still have a lot to learn about Smash 4 though, so I have to.
And then in PM, the game we're doing on this stream, there's a lot of like up-and-coming talent here at this tournament.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people who haven't had a real chance to like prove themselves against PR players like Taheem and Bishop and Gatto, and there's a lot of people that are PR'd here because there's a lot of people who are PR'd that live in Raleigh. So
yeah, I'm really interested to see.
Really good tournament to come out and try to see what you're made of.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this is going to work out because when I took a step away, I haven't been playing PM for a variety of reasons. In tournaments, I've still been playing like on the side and doing work with the dev team, but I haven't been entering events for a long time, and it's really like when I took a step back, like none of these people had made a name for themselves yet. So I'm really excited to come back into it and see how I stack up.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Whenever you come back from a long absence, it's always interesting to see like new faces, but there's also people here that I haven't seen in like 4 or 5 years, and I've been coming to stuff like there's people who are now with this new game coming out, people coming out of the woodwork. Duo and Mitts are here.
Yeah, we got the Hinton brothers here.
The Hinton brothers are here.
So excited.
A lot of people. Sushi Man's one of those people too. Yeah, I mean he hasn't been.
Yeah, I'm glad Sushi's back. I haven't seen Sushi aside from this week and last week since like 2012, I think.
The community just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's crazy. I mean, 4 years ago when I was in this game and it was starting to kind of taper off, I was like, it'll never be bigger than it is right now. Like, it'll only get smaller from here. It'll only start to die out more. And now it's like quadruple, quintuple the numbers that we had back then. So
yeah,
it's really crazy.
I kind of feel a little bit differently because I was involved in the whole in all the development environment. So I was like, just wait till you see what's coming, and I just watched the community react and grow and get more and more excited as the game continued to mature, both from a community standpoint and from a development standpoint.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. How long have you been working on PM since the beginning?
I was not actively involved at the very beginning of the project, but I joined the team in a more regular capacity really shortly afterwards, like right after the first demo. Either right before or right after the first demo was released, I came back onto the team.
Who brought you on?
I had been at that point I was Smashboard staff, and so I was kind of the point of contact for all of the different mod camps, and I was sort of involved in Brawl Plus when that game was when that gold release came out, and then kind of declined because PM had just started to the PM team had started to release trailers for their first demo that they were going to release pretty soon after that. After Brawl Plus came out and tanked, I was doing stuff for school. I was trying to get into NC State, so I took a step back from Brawl modding for a while and did that. And once I got into State, then I came into the I had the ability to go talk to like people in the dev team directly, so I just went and talked to, because I knew them all, because we'd all been involved in Brawl Plus and modding in general and all that stuff. So I just talked to them and asked them if they'd be interested in letting me help work on that too, and they're like, yeah, sure.
Awesome.
So I've been doing that since like the middle of 2011.
Oh, okay. So like almost 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey, Lucas. Do you have the camera? Yes. Hand it to me. Hand it to me. You haven't already interviewed Corey, have you? Huh? You haven't already interviewed Corey? It'd be good to use the I'm just gonna put it like right here.
As long as you think as long as you can see you.
Do you want to come around and look at the viewfinder?
No, you can flip that.
Down.
Boom.
Money match?
We are commentating a money match pretty soon.
No,
we're just gonna do the interview.
We're gonna do this interview.
You guys get to watch a match while we do an interview.
Haha, there it is.
We need Trying to see if we have something to set it up on. Here. I got it. Where the money at?
Okay, wait. Here we go. Oh man. Okay, so that's kind of legit. Wait, double stack it up time?
Can we do a double stack it up? Hang on, let's see if we can get it to balance so that it's level.
Yeah, it's got to be like that kind of shot. There we go. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty tight right there. Okay, so this will double as commentary and as footage for my show.
You guys get a sneak peek of one of NEG's interviews live on the stream.
Shit. Where's the record button?
I think that was it.
That's the power button. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh,
Don't fall, camera.
okay, cool.
All right.
So, what's your tag?
I am Yeroc. I'm from Raleigh, NC, and I've been involved in the Smash community since the middle of 2000. I started on GameFAQs in 2002, and I joined Smashboards in the middle of 2003. So I've been involved in Smash, competitive Smash, for quite a long time.
Okay. So, how long have you been like a competitive player? What was the moment where you were like, I need to find more players of this game? Like you were kind of in the community very young and like very, very at the beginning of stages of things. So back then, before there were all the resources that are available to us as players now, Smashboards, Facebook, those kind of things, how'd you reach out and really find that first group of people that kind of introduced you to the real Smash community?
It was just through the internet. Like I said, I joined GameFAQs in 2002. I joined as a stadium player, actually. So the competitive break the targets and multi-man melee and home run contests. I was doing all of those in 2002. At the end of 2002, word of competitive like tournaments had kind of come to GameFAQs, because GameFAQs was primarily concerned with the single player stuff, the stadium modes and things like that. And then people from Smashboards came to GameFAQs, and I think some of them were talking smack and stuff about, oh, you guys are good at this, but you'd never beat us in an actual fight. You know, there was so much like boards drama and things like that. And I was always like really competitive with Smash, right? So it didn't matter to me what it was. Like I was just doing single player mode because that's what people on GameFAQs were doing. But that was when, once the people from Smashboards showed up and told us about this other website, this other forum that you could go to, I went over. I actually checked it out like early in the year, and then they had like a big server crash and they were down for like 2 months or something. So I actually got an account at the beginning of June in 2003, and I was introduced. The first person from Smashboards that I met in person was JV3x3, and he was moving to Charlotte to move in with a friend of his from like high school or something, because he was from Detroit, and so he came down and lived with us like near me. For like 6 months or a year or something. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But like he came over to my parents' house and he played like me and all of my high school friends. And I mean, he beat us all, but it wasn't like you heard JV himself and a bunch of other people talk in the documentary about like everybody comes to Smashboards like, oh, I'm so good at Smash, I can beat everybody, and then they all just get like wrecked. They get wasted. We got beat, but he was like, you guys are probably the best group of people that aren't part of Smashboards that I've played. Like you got a ways to go. You're not quite good yet, but you're not like trash like I've seen some people play. And that was what started it for me. After that, I was going to tournaments. I was hosting tournaments out of my apartment here in Raleigh when I was in school the first time. I met a couple people from NC State, and we started traveling. Like I went with a kid from Alabama to Game Over at the beginning of 2004. And that was when I met Ken and Isaiah the first time. That was when I met Azin and Chillin' Dude and a whole bunch of people that were like really big in the scene. And it's just kind of, I mean, I don't really know. There was no really like definitive turning point. It just kind of grew from there.
Right.
And
it just
there was
became
always
part of your
there
life.
was always like after every big event, people were like, "Oh, it'll never be this big again." You know, this is why that was why that tournament was named Game Over, because it will be the definitive tournament, and we'll settle once and for all who's better, East Coast versus West Coast. And that'll be there won't be a reason to hold tournaments anymore. And so a bunch of people were like, "I'm retiring from
We're
Smash."
done after this. We're done.
Yeah, a bunch of people were like, "I'm retiring from Smash," and it just kept getting bigger.
As someone who's seen like almost every era of the community and been to all kinds of Smash events all over the United States and in some parts of even the globe, what is the hypest moment you can remember in your time playing Smash, whether it was something that you or something somebody else did in the game, or just something that happened in the community?
I think my two favorites, I'm trying to think of some other ones if they might be better. The two favorites that I can think of offhand were watching Isaiah beat the East Coast team in the very first crew battle at FC1, almost single-handedly. The man took 11 stocks with just 4, and if you watch the documentary, I kind of told that story. That was the start of those wicked cruise runs where you just take stock after stock after stock. Isaiah did it first. That was definitely super hype.
Godlike.
And the second one, I gotta give it to my boy PPMD winning Apex 2014 last year.
Yeah,
not
dude.
dropping a set.
I'm so stoked for when we cut these interviews all together, because like 7 people have said PP winning Apex. It's gonna be like PP winning Apex. PP winning Apex. PP winning Apex. Yeah. So here's my last question. And these are all questions that I picked specifically for you.
Okay.
One of the ones we always ask on the show is, what do you love about Smash? What about Smash itself, or maybe the community, or just the experience you have playing this game? What is it about Smash that makes it such a big part of your life? I mean, you've been playing this game, you've been in this community for 12 years.
Yeah, it's
obviously,
been a long time.
Big part of your life.
Well, see, for me, it's changed over the years. When Smash Bros first came out on 64, the most important thing, or the most exciting thing for me was, it's a fighting game with Nintendo characters. I mean, how hype is that? That's the coolest thing. I can play Link against somebody's Pikachu and just go to town. Of course, that doesn't actually work, but thank you. So that was my initial excitement. That was the spark that propelled me, and I feel like countless other people have that same reaction to the game. Once I got involved in the competitive community, that definitely became a driving force for staying involved in competitive Smash. I enjoyed meeting people. I enjoyed traveling. I had such a fun time being involved in like the whole Southeast scene. And I don't want to, I feel like it'd be terrible to like take a whole bunch of credit for the way that the scene in the South has like developed. But I was there for all of it. I helped people.
You can take all the credit you need to take. You can take
I helped people come into the scene. Like I met GA West at an event at Georgia Tech in 2004, like late 2003, I think. And it was through me and a bunch of other people that he met that he got inspired to start hosting tournaments, and he became like a huge like tournament hub in Atlanta for several years. He hosted several Smash 8s at his high school, and it became a big thing. It really increased popularity of Smash here in the Southeast. I mean, that was like the flagship tournament series for several years until other people kind of took up the reins. I was there with you and several other people when Kevin showed up. We brought him into the community. We showed him what it was about, why it was so much fun. But I mean, like that's what gets people interested in that sort of thing. If it hadn't been me, I'm sure there would have been someone else. But like I was the first person to like be there and to welcome people into the community and show them what it was that I found that was so interesting about it.
That's funny you should say that. Me and Josh were talking one time, and we were talking about like things that happen at tournaments. And there's always that one guy that you go to at any tournament, and you sit down and you're playing friendlies with this guy, and for some reason you just play for like 2 hours of just friendlies. You're just sitting there, and me and Josh are talking about you're always that guy. Like when you're new, like you're always that guy that'll just sit there and play friendlies with anybody for however long.
I love playing
just
friendlies,
just forever, dude.
It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
like we've sat there for a long time before, just sitting there playing friendlies for like 3 hours.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Yeah, but
man,
I
this
love
man's a machine.
I love being involved in the community, and I'm not like the most like outgoing type of person. I won't.
Right.
I don't clamor for attention or whatever, but I like being there, and I like being involved, and I like getting to know all of these people and sharing this game. That's a lot of fun. And then the last part of that thing has been working on actually improving and understanding the competitive side of the game more. You know, especially recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, I really tried to focus on getting as good at the game as I could possibly be, and that has really opened my eyes to what a wonderfully complex. And I'm speaking strictly about Melee for this, but some of it applies to
Hell
PM.
yeah, bro.
Some of it applies to PM.
Yeah.
Some of it applies to Smash 64. I mean, some of it doesn't even apply to Brawl. I played Brawl for a little while until I decided that it wasn't a game that I liked. I'm not gonna like hate on anybody for any game that they want to play. You play what you want to play. I don't care. But I know personally that Brawl was not for me. I'm on the fence about Smash 4.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself being as involved with it as I am with Melee. But that doesn't mean I don't like the game.
But at the same time, you know, you meet people playing this game or playing any of the Smash games, whether you play Melee or whether you play Brawl, you still can get along with those people.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's an inherent sense of just communion. And I think that's kind of what humans live for anyway.
Yeah, we're all
But
one big happy Smash family.
Yeah, I mean, I've never met someone in this community that didn't have some good in them or some kind of creative part of them, something that was really singular to that person.
Right, definitely.
Everybody's their own character.
I would definitely agree with that.
So as my last question before we start the grand finals of teams.
Yes.
And we commentate that.
Yep.
My favorite question in any of these interviews, what is the worst place you have slept at a tournament?
I'm going to have to think about this one. I'm sure I can't remember half of them.
Right.
The worst place... I feel like I've been pretty lucky, actually. I mean, the floor is about as bad as it gets.
Yeah, when you've been in the game as long as you have, you just know
I
the
can
tricks.
tell some stories about some other people.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a kid sleep... I saw Adam sleep in the shower in New Jersey one time.
Adam, in his interview, Adam talked about this when I asked him this question.
Yeah, definitely. Adam sleeping in the shower was definitely a highlight as far as horrible places to sleep goes.
The Linguini came in.
Yep.
Had to take a massive S. And with it.
Yep.
All right. We gotta wrap up.
All right. There was definitely another kid that I saw sleep in a bathroom before. Personally, I guess I think the most uncomfortable floor that I can remember was no, they're all about the same, really. I think the most comfortable floor was definitely the one of the Apexes I went to, where I slept in the little space between.
Last year?
Yeah.
I remember I slept on the floor in the room with you.
I slept in the little space between the bed, like the very short, like there's two beds, so there's a big space between the beds, and then a really big space where there's the chair, and there's always that little tiny space next to the wall next to the bathroom. I slept in there, and that wasn't too bad.
Nice. All right, Corey, thanks.
Yep. All right, for you on the stream, we're just about ready to start grand finals. I'm going to grab my water bottle, which is conveniently